In today's video I'll show you how to make ciabatta. It's Italian ciabatta bread. The recipe, if you're planning to make ciabatta, you might as well just make original Italian recipe, and this one is one of those. I'm gonna be sharing Italian granddad recipe. It's incredible ciabatta bread, which you can make some toasted sandwiches, grilled sandwich with mozzarella cheese and tuna melted, or you can make my favorite ciabatta bread with pesto and mozzarella, or you can just dip it in some olive oil as a starter. So it's incredible taste. As you can see in here, the best part is only a few ingredients and you can make it the same day. So you will achieve this ciabatta bread by baking it the same day. Very easy to make, only takes a few minutes. So I'm gonna share the recipe with you now, step by step, how easy it is to make it. Okay, as you can see in here, those are the very simple ingredients you will need to make original Italian ciabatta. So what we'll need is, we're starting with the bread, and we need a bread flour, about 420 grams, which is about 3.5 cups. Better quality flour, bread flour, better quality bake. Also we'll need 1 tablespoon of salt, table salt is completely fine. We'll need 1 tablespoon of dry yeast, and we will need some warm water, room temperature, a bit warmer than room temperature. I would recommend to use mineral still water, not tap water. Whatever you're using yeast, it's probably much better for your bake. So I'm using here some mineral still water, and we'll need about 394 milliliters, and that's all we need. Oh, also we need some semolina. So we need a tiny bit of semolina later on instead of flour, because the dough will be sticky. So that's what we need it for. That's all very simple ingredients. Probably you could do it with just those ingredients. So we've got 4 ingredients. Well, how we're gonna start? We need a little cup. In a cup we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of yeast, and then we're gonna add a little bit of water, which we've got it measured on a side. So we need a little bit of that water. So 1 pack of 8 grams of yeast is sufficient, straight in. Okay, we'll leave it to the side for now. Okay, now we'll need a bowl. We'll need, of course, we're gonna be mixing flour, salt and water now. And then we're gonna add yeast mixture. We've got 420 grams of flour, bread flour. I usually buy this one exact flour because my bake looks incredible and tastes incredible from this one. If you're in England, highly recommend it. White bread flour from Marks & Spencer. To this we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of table salt, but we do have to mix it together so it doesn't have direct contact later on with the yeast, because it might kill it. There will be no more measurement needed, so we're gonna get rid of a scale. And now we've got only flour, salt, water. We're gonna be adding some water and yeast. Okay, switch to the fork like a real Italian. It's much better to mix the ingredients. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna add yeast. And slowly we're going to be adding a little bit of water, small bits at a time, and keep mixing to create a dough. To leave all that goods, so we're going to put a bit of water in and throw it into the bowl. Dough is, we're getting there. You need to be aware it has to be nice and soft, like for a pizza and for a bread. And we're just gonna add the last bit of water now. Gonna mix well now. Okay, this is perfect. It took us like 2 minutes to mix it with a fork. Now we need to take it out, and we need a bit of flour. And this is perfect consistency. Tiny bit of flour, not too much. So we're gonna take it out now, as it's very sticky. This is how it should be. I can't take it out with one hand, so I need to put the camera down. Because we got all the goodies from the fork. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll it from one side to the other. Now we have to sprinkle with the flour, and we'll need one of those. Okay, this is now done. Remember, this has to be soft, not hard. So if it's hard, that means you put too much flour. It has to be really soft like this. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna need a bowl. We're gonna put a little bit of olive oil so it doesn't stick to it. And we're gonna put it in here, cover, and leave it for 1 hour. Meantime, we're preparing baking tray, baking paper. We can put some butter so it will stick to it, and then we'll sprinkle with semolina because our dough is gonna be very sticky. So with the semolina, we'll prevent that. Okay, I will show you how my dough looks like after 1 hour in a warm place. It's important that your dough has grown, like you can see in here. That means the yeast worked. That's very important. As you can see here, it's nice and fluffy and it's doubled in size. So that's perfect. Ready to use. Okay, this had exactly 1 hour. What we need now, get your chopping board, and then we need some semolina flour in here, and we're gonna take it out. Okay, we have put it out, took it out upside down basically, and look at the bowl, it's clean because we had olive oil to prevent sticking. Now what we want to do is cut it in half, so we're gonna basically do this, but we're gonna do it in stages. So do it like this, slowly. I will show you. So the bubbles, we're not gonna lose the bubbles from it, and then we're gonna transfer 2 halves in here in our tray with semolina. We have formed them a little bit, slightly, but don't be doing much movement. We're gonna now transfer it from here. I will need both hands for this. From here to here. It was very easy to transform them in here, just because that's semolina. Semolina, Italians know what they're doing. That semolina has, basically I done this underneath and just lifted and picked it up with ease, thanks to semolina. So we've got them in here now. Okay, we have preheated the oven, and we want the oven to be for 450. 450 or 210 if you've got a fan oven. Make sure you preheat for about 10 minutes before you're putting that in. Now on top we're gonna sprinkle with regular flour. I do have rice flour, and it has been highly recommended for bread, so I'm gonna use rice flour actually on top. Quite a lot of flour on top, as you can see in here. I put it in the oven for about 25 minutes now. The ciabatta bread is ready now, as you can see. Okay, and our ciabatta is ready now, as you can see in here. Really nice ciabatta. You can't buy ciabatta like this. And if you're planning to make ciabatta, make it from Italian recipe, please. I'm gonna check if it's making hollow noises. That means it's baked all the way through. Really nice ciabatta bread. Okay. You could cut them now in half again, so you will have 4 portions, and then you can serve it small slices. So you can serve it just with olive oil, or you can have it in as a sandwich. So if we cut it in half, we'll have 4 sandwiches, and we can put the mozzarella and pesto, my favorite and my kids' favorite, or we can make it with mozzarella and tuna, melted mozzarella and cheese. And tuna, or different combinations. So you can make it with ham and cheese, it's up to you, and basically grill it. Or you can just make it bruschetta. Bruschetta is also good.